Good. Hello guys, so you may be wondering who is it that I have in front of me today, and let me let you guys know that these are my puppies who were born almost 1 year ago. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you probably remember them. They are about to turn 1 year old on the 8th. And they were born in my house, but they have not received a lot of training at all because, as you guys know, I have been traveling, helping other families with their dogs pretty much all the time. So my dogs, these dogs here that were born in my house last year in February, they have been kind of running wild, being dogs, being themselves, being puppies. They're only about to turn a year old, like I said, and all they know is this: sit and down with positive reinforcement. They go down, sits, plats, just like that, plats. And all they know is sit and down. That's about it. They know their names, sit and down, and how to walk on a leash. But they have very little experience with anything outside of their own environment. They have not been out in public more than once or twice, and they have never been separated from each other, so they don't know how to exist and be themselves away from each other. So I'm going to start that training process, and I'm going to be bringing you guys along on how I get these guys to be at the level that you guys have seen in my other dogs after they're fully trained. We're going to start here with Prada, Versace, Fendi, and Gucci. So you guys may not be able to tell them apart. It takes a little bit of time to get to know them, but it's Gucci, Fendi, Prada, and Versace over there. I know them very well, but slowly you guys will also get to know them as I continue to feature them in my upcoming videos. Today we're going to start with reinforcing down stay. Basically, these guys know how to sit and lay down, but they don't know how to hold it down because they have never been taught that. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how I get them to lay here and hold it down and start to ignore distractions, so then I can start to take them out in public and gradually increase the level of distractions and make sure that they're able to tolerate those distractions and handle themselves to stay in a down position. First thing we're going to need is a leash. If you guys are not aware yet, I do make my own dog leashes now. They are called Tie Me Up Daddy. They're available on my website. I'll put the link below in the description if you guys would like to get one for yourself. We ship them worldwide. We're going to start putting leashes on all the dogs. So right now, because they're very limited with their training, this is basically how I'm going to get them to come to me. I'll just go down here. Good girl. So we have Fendi already on the leash. She's definitely the most outgoing one. You guys are going to be able to tell that throughout my videos. And even though Gucci comes to me like this easily, she is the most shy one. And then we have Versace over here. She does have a habit of basically laying down when I come to get her, instead of coming to me. She doesn't run away. And then Prada is already hiding. She has a habit of trying to run away from me whenever she feels like we're trying to catch her to bring her in the house. And again, this is completely normal because they haven't been trained. I have not been able to take the time to really take them to that level that I like my dogs to be at. Not to say that they're horrible. They're pretty good for dogs that are just basically at home and being dogs. They're pretty well behaved, but they don't know much other than just being a good dog at home and sit and down. So we're going to start to take it to the next level now. One of the things that I'm going to do, because you guys can see there's only 3 dogs here. The 4th one is Prada, the one that I was telling you, they're actually sitting there by the door because she does not like to get caught and brought back into the house. She feels like, you know, the fun is over. When it comes to them being outside by themselves, she's definitely the one that will make the most noise. So to get her to come to me, instead of going to her, I'm going to walk away and watch what happens. Come on, girls. Let's go for a walk. And there she comes. So this is a little trick right there. If you're ever trying to get your dog, how I actually go about catching her, you can tell that she's not following me. Good girl. Good job. Yes, right there. So I'm going to get her now. And what I did here, I basically showed no interest in catching her. I walked away that way. She came following, and then instead of grabbing her right away, I actually walked away back this way. She followed me. I went down to the ground, and then she felt comfortable coming to me because, again, it took away that association with like, oh, I'm going to you, I'm going to catch you, and I'm going to put you on the leash, or I'm going to put you in the crate, or I'm going to bring you into the house, when the dog doesn't really want that yet. So by doing this, they don't have a way to associate that you're actually trying to catch them, and they become more comfortable to coming to you, even if your dog is fully untrained. Now, The other thing is your energy. What I did here, I was very calm. And not only was I acting and pretending that I didn't want to catch her, I was actually doing a pretty good job at that, and that's very important. That means you don't want to give any ounce of impression that you're actually trying to catch the dog, because they are very smart, and if you're acting too much and they can tell, they're still going to be scared to come to you if they're not yet trained to come to you on command. They're going to play games and try to get away from you. So I was very calm, acted like I was not interested at all in catching her, and now we have her on the leash. Now, these girls do know how to walk on a leash around the yard and follow directions. I'm going to start to ask them to go in a down position and then show you guys how I go about reinforcing the down. Come on, girls. Sits. Versace. Sits. Good. Flats. Good girl. Flats. Good. Yes. Flat. Good girl. Flats. Okay, so now I have the girls in a down. The first thing that I did is actually tied all the 4 leashes together, because that way if one of them tries to get away, they won't be able to, and it gives me a chance to get to them and then go about reinforcing it. So for now, as long as they stay down, I'm going to keep rewarding them and letting them relax, so that it gives them the impression that that's the best place for them to be right now. Plots. Good. Good girl. Good girl. Good Plats. Good girl. Plats. Yes. Good job. Good job. Now, as you can tell from body language, what I told you guys earlier, we have Fendi over here that is the most outgoing, the most confident one out of the whole pack. And then we have Prada, which is the most insecure one as far as when it comes to this type of training. I think Gucci, which is the second one from here, is actually the most shy one. But when it comes to feeling like the fun is over, she gets pretty shy. She doesn't know what to expect from this. She likes when it's fun and wild. She jumps up and down, bounces on the wall. But when she's restricted on the leash, or she's about to go back inside, she's not very happy. Fendi loves to please. She loves to focus on what we want. As you can tell, they're all from the same litter. They all came from the same litter. And here we are, as you can tell, the very different personalities. We got Fendi, and then we have Prada. Prada looks miserable right now. She does not like this. She still doesn't know what to expect from this, which is, again, also very normal, because they haven't received a lot of training. They are not used to not being allowed to have fun whenever they want to. They will definitely get better as they start to have a little bit more of an understanding what is expected from them, and that even though the fun is temporarily over, they will have a chance to go free again and run and play. Today is only their second official training day with holding a down state. They're already doing fantastic, but I know for a fact if they were separated from each other and those leashes were not attached, they would be trying to get away. I did reinforce it since yesterday. I did not get it on video, but I will be showing you guys as I add more distractions, and they will continue to break the down. I will show you guys exactly how I get them to this level, and then how I get them to the more advanced level. Good girl, Prada, doing much better. So now that she's looking up a little bit more, I'm gonna keep rewarding her to encourage more of that body language and behavior, instead of letting her be confused. This is a good example right here. When a dog gets up, what I'm going to do is apply leash pressure like this. And then he can also guide them at first, because she's still learning to respond to leash pressure. That was great. She went back down. I'm going to go ahead and reward her. Down means down, and hold her down until we release them. This is for their own safety. When they go out in public and we have traffic and we have other distractions around, I want to be able to tell my dogs to lay down and have no worries or doubts that they will stay down. I'm going to start adding a little bit more distraction so you guys can see how that looks like. One of the first distractions that I do with my new young dogs in training is just me walking back and forth in front of them. As you can tell, they're curious about it, and naturally, dogs like to follow their owners moving around. When you're raising a puppy, you will know that your puppy wants to go and follow you around everywhere. So when it's starting to teach them to lay down, and you're teaching them a new concept, which basically now we don't want them to follow us unless we ask them to. Right now, I want them to watch me moving in front of them and still hold it down. They did fantastic. I'm going to come here and reward all of them. Good putts. Good girl. Take it. Good girl. Yes. Good putts. Perfect. If they succeed with that this fast, I'm going to go into the next steps, which is to go around them. Believe it or not, this is a whole nother level for your dogs, and it's definitely not as easy for them. If they do great, they once again get rewarded for it. Good job, girls. They're doing fantastic. Then once again, I'm going to go around. Yes, good girls. Good job. Now, what we want to do is, it's been a little bit of time already, and the girls are doing great. So what I would like to do now is release them from the down, walk them around a little bit, and then bring them back and put them back in a down again. To release them, I'm going to wait until I'm ready. I'm holding onto the leashes. They're doing great, and then I'm going to try to call them to me. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Come on. Good job. Yes. As you can tell, they're a little bit hesitant because this is also new to them. When you're first teaching your dogs to hold it down, releasing them from the down is going to also be brand new to them. They have no experience with that. And a lot of times the dogs don't want to make a mistake, so they'll be a little bit unsure whether you calling them actually means for them to come to you, or if they are confused about what you're asking from them. So you want to make sure that you're encouraging that behavior to actually let them come to you. But they did great here. So now let's see if we can get them back in a down. Come on, let's go. Good girls, good job. Good job. So we got Fendi and Versace down. Now Fendi did on her own, and Versace, I had to do a little bit of leash pressure to get her down. Looks like Prada is also going to need a little leash pressure. As you guys can tell, that's the leash pressure to get her in a down. Flats. Okay, so we're back. They're all in a down. Gucci took the most to get her to go in a down. I had to use a pretty good amount of leash pressure there. And that's completely okay, because with my methods, that's going to last very little before I no longer ever need to apply any leash pressure at all. So probably by the next training session, she will be doing a perfect down with just a verbal command. This is Gucci right here. Once again, Prada is a little bit unsure of what to expect. She needed the second most amount of leash pressure. Fendi, the most confident one, did it completely on her own. She's more aware of her surroundings, and she's picking up very quickly what is expected from her. And then Versace over here was the second best one. Nope. And now she's trying to escape. So with the leash pressure, we're going to put her back in a down. She does respond really well to leash pressure. She actually responds the best to leash pressure. It's so interesting how they're all so different from each other. So I'm gonna add a distraction here with the ball. Everybody did great. I know Prada likes the ball the most, so that was good. Good job. Gucci. Fendi. Let's do another round of distraction. So I'm gonna add a little clapping now. That was good. Flats. Yes. Good job. Good job. Flats. Good job. No. So here we go. Distraction. So my distraction got her up. What I need to do is go back and get her in a down. I'm going to use hand signal to guide her down, but also some leash pressure, because this is what's telling her, I can reinforce your down. And this is Fendi. She does great on her own going down, still picking up on the leash pressure. Good girl. Good job.